very hard game for ONIC Esports. Their gold lane has been countered, and also the mid control is onto the hands of GEEK SLATE. But ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The land of dawn is here. The portal has brought us to see ONIC Esports versus GEEK SLATE game number 2.
The Rome matchup here is going to be what's so important. Can the Iron Hook actually outland the Divine Judgment for coming in from Keyboy? And the very annoying part here for ONIC Esports is that there's not one hero that they can just target and win the game off the back of. So even though if they have the Kaja, it's not exactly a win-all kind of solution. And in fact, if Valoisky can capitalize on the positioning of the Kaja, looking for one of those backline carries like Kadera on the Brody or a boy on the Lilia, I think GEEK SLATE can actually abuse that to great results.
Yeah, this is fun. I really want to see what is going to happen with that matchup, right? But there is a fun fact here by Grab that this is the first time that Valentina, in the previous game, it was the first time that Valentina was played in the gold lane for the entirety of MPL Indonesia history. So we thought that ONIC Esports had that level of surprise factor, but it turns out GEEK SLATE, they're able to utilize the same kind of advantage. You'd want someone in the mid lane to be able to do fast burst and follow up to a potential pick that Valoisky can have. But ladies and gentlemen, the pause has elapsed and we're going straight back into the game. 2 minutes has elapsed and nothing much has changed. Everyone's still at 0-0 in all accounts.
Yeah, again, early on we saw the Kaja rotate instantly to top side, so Chidera still not seeing, not having vision on the Kaja, will play it safe. Once Kaja gets spotted on the map, like right about right now, that's where Chidera will start to make a move and to start bullying CW, which he does, boom.
Well, but in the lane, that Brody is just so much stronger, so CW, she can kind of like, the carry can try and contest, but it's not as simple. And look at Magic going in aggressively.
Yeah, with Brave Spider there, Jana still wins it out against Kyrie, who's not going to be able to find it just yet, but the first blood does go over to the hands. A boost, Appraiser's Wrath onto Kyrie again. The Decimate doesn't deal enough damage, but Jana will fall. The Heavenly Fist has picked up 2. He's looking for more, as a boy is very, very low. Boots just needs 1 more, and with the flicker, they pick it up. It's 3-1 ONIC Esports, but the turtle goes to GEEK SLATE.
A lot of damage, and unfortunately for Kyrie, gets taken out. I was about to say that in the jungle, both of these quote-unquote assassin carry players are on fighters, but usually the Marcus is the one that can be a bit more proactive. In that fight though, however, GEEK SLATE, I think Matt was a bit too trigger happy on that engage, and this allows ONIC Esports to go for the very aggressive counter engage because they know that the Bravest Fighter is limited now.
Wow.
But look at it, Iron Hook, threading the needle.
Threading the needle, finding CW, and that's the burst we were mentioning from Brody. Coming in with a torn apart memory, not even like full stacks, and it's able to deal that much damage.
Oh,
good read on by Beloy on Keyboy there, just barely out of range.
It was already bad that CW is weaker in that lane against Chidera with the Brody. It's even worse now that Chidera has a little bit of a advantage, but in the mid side.
Oh. Yeah, Black Shoes right into the Divine Judgment and right into the Decimate from Kyrie. That's a boy taken down in the mid lane. Chidera though, using the Brody really well, putting some pressure down on the turret shield, getting 2 hits, but Brody, this is one of the strong feats, right? For Brody Arashi, that siege potential.
The siege potential, and also the fact that you can just play it safe and he can still be such an oppressive laner due to the range on the skills. And, you know, if you just mistime it, if you just take too much damage, it's going to be dangerous. But speaking of dangerous, Cult Alter will buy some time here, but Kyrie gets jumped on.
Creating the Cult Alter itself is worth it. Look at the timing. The turtle is up, no Cult Alter. As well as Kyrie is super low. GEEK SLATE are going to be able to utilize this positioning and this pressure to go for more. Beloy even lands another Iron Hook onto Kyrie, who's still going to be able to jump back in. Boots rotating over with a knockout strike, bringing Beloy down, and Sounds picks up the kill. Jana, oh no, that's a mistake! Keyboy finds it with a whip right onto the turtle. Matt with the Bravest Fire going to be stunned up as the Divine Judgment is able to suppress him down as Kyrie finds the Decimate. Once again, ONIC Esports are able to outplay that situation.
Oh no, they were able to get kills and plus objectives on the board. ONIC Esports now leading with 2,000. But that's going against the talent prediction. A unanimous vote here for GEEK SLATE in game number 2. But so far, ONIC Esports, they're the ones actually in control for the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That fight, man, it could have gone either way, but ONIC Esports find the objective and they find the fight afterwards as well. The fact that they can save up the Divine Judgment without using it too early and then use it later on reactively to the spells, to the outplay attempts coming in from GEEK SLATE, that just allows them to come out on top in that fight. And now they have a bit of a gold lead. Now we can see maybe the ONIC we all remember. But look at that.
Knocked up, hooked, bitten, and even splashed down by Chidera. They're looking for the mid turret. A good trade here as Boots has rotated back into the mid lane, but the stun comes in and torn apart memory from Chidera finds the kill back. Zan's able to find a trade, but it's only onto the roamer. GEEK SLATE have found a proper trade, but they're not able to capitalize on an objective.
Right now, it does seem like they are trying to look and focus their attention of the bottom side. So they did find some sort of compensation. They were able to get something on the board. But in terms of those items, Arashi, does anything stand out?
Well, both the mid laners are trying to go for as much cooldown reduction as possible, because at this point, it's just damage output and utility, both so critical. So Enchanted Talisman is also bought to ensure that they have the mana pool to just spam out these spells before the real fight even breaks out. On the other hand, you see that both of the XP laners have a Bloodlust Axe, so it's really a very tough skill matchup if they ever go toe-to-toe 1v1. But considering how both these teams are playing, the Call of the Roamer are, it's never going to be 1v1.
The sandwich maneuver and the bloody hunt right there. Going to be able to lock CW down, but the Call Alter is going to be able to find it right there. But a torn apart memory comes in with Matt with the bravest fighter, and they keep on diving. Boots has rotated back in, flickering forward onto a boy. No black shoes will mean that a boy will be taken down. Boots still full HP. Jana needs to soak the damage for Chidera. Boots looking for the flags, going to be stunned down, but Matt finds it somehow. Boots not able to connect on a few abilities. The torn apart memory comes in with a Matt as well with the bravest fighter. The stun canceled away. Kyrie jumping in once again as Jana is able to find the taunt, but it is denied by Kyrie.
Wow. Amongst all that chaos, GEEK SLATE still able to secure that objective. Matt, of all people, was the one to be able to secure it. And now, GEEK SLATE, they're actually starting to turn the tide. What initially was a 2,000 gold lead for ONIC Esports, now instantly being traded back for GEEK SLATE. And this is the instant replay of what happened in that previous team fight.
Well, there's also a fight breaking down in the bottom right here. But you can see that GEEK has the control, but Boots wins it if he can get the burst damage onto the right target. But speaking of burst damage, that's 2 kills for GEEK SLATE in the top side, and they have taken the gold advantage back onto their side. What is going on? GEEK SLATE leaves no room for analytics.
I saw it right before the transition, and I literally just I jumped off my seat. Beloy somehow was able to connect onto a hook to Boots mid dash. Then Sans joined with a Call Alter to try to save him, but in the end loses his life. And that moment right there is gold. Just like Ube's gold that's coming soon. Limited edition merchandise collection X Season 11. Beloy?
Oh no. Alright. Seems like once again both teams. Oh, but Keyboy!
Keyboy is taking it personally, flickers forward. Decimate going to be able to find that kill right now, but the torn apart memory will follow Kyrie down. He is very tanky, so it's just 1 kill over.
Oh no, Boots!
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, Chidera was walking past Boots, and I thought that that was a perfect opportunity for ONIC Esports to take the main carry down, but luckily they were able to beat it out and Chidera gets out alive. But up until this point, GEEK SLATE, they're playing it really well, and now they're going to start contesting for the objective. But they have to be careful here because Boots is so active that he's going to be able to utilize this moment to have an upper hand in that top side.
Keep in mind, Chidera has been positioning and sidestepping a lot of these spells very, very efficiently, but even Boots can't find him. GEEK SLATE will go for it.
Oh!
Fight breaks out, and the steal happens for Kyrie.
Great steal by Oh, Boots just moving back. Good disengage. I thought Boots was going for that, but I understand. On Esports, they were able to secure the Lord with a brilliant retribution by Kyrie. Why fight? Just move back, use the advantage that they have.
They lose a turret in the top side as well, GEEK SLATE. They were just a bit too anxious, a bit too aggressive right there. And ONIC Esports, they're applying the age-old technique. If you keep getting engaged on, how about you engage on the guy engaging onto you? There's engageception here for ONIC Esports, and it seems to be working for now. If GEEK SLATE can adjust and find something different, that's a whole different story though. And thus far, CW is just so behind on kills. It's not really that relevant just yet, so ONIC Esports need to try and just wait around it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to mention. I mean, even though CW was losing in that lane, somehow, somewhere, he's still able to get the #1 amount of players gold here by UBS Gold, still standing even higher than Chidera.
He's a great weak side player, that's what it is, right? We mentioned that the winning side for GEEK SLATE is that gold lane, so it automatically makes CW at a disadvantage because GEEK SLATE are going to be constantly rotating towards top side, and even then, he's able to farm up like, like this. CW just barely going to get hooked there.
But ladies and gentlemen, the pause has elapsed, and we're going straight back into the game, and we're going to see what we have missed. So, okay, apparently ONIC Esports already with a Lord there in the bottom side. Not going to get anything too much from that Lord push, but the mid side here, already an engage by Keyboy.
Oh, good read by our boy. My goodness gracious. Now the re-engage coming from GEEK SLATE as the bravest fighter has been powered. The hook out to CW. Matt is slain, but it's the gold lane down. Literally what we mentioned during the downtime.
Chef's kiss. That hook was perfect. That it could have came at any better moment, and that reduces the gold lead for ONIC Esports. And now without a marksman, this is a window where GEEK SLATE can force a fight and come out on top. That carry is the main carry, pun fully intended, for ONIC Esports. So Beloy is just, how is he getting it? These are miracle hooks he's making happen.
They need to be careful though, right? One, they're relying too much on the hooks that Beloyski can utilize. And second of all, they aren't manipulating the side lanes as well as ONIC Esports. They need to be careful with that, you know, that split push meta that ONIC Esports can definitely do under their nose.
Can we also appreciate the fact that the Lilia predicted or reacted to the Flicker Divine Judgment?
Yep.
Holy moly.
That ruined all their plans right here. And CW picks up a Wind of Nature, so it's going to protect him against Matt and Chidera, but a boy is still very much the main threat for him, and we've known that magic damage, right, does not get cancelled by the Wind of Nature.
Okay, Kyrie opening up the map once again. On the Martis, Matt dashing out. Janna spotted in the Lord pit. Starting the Lord already with the Lord dance here. They had a man's advantage that they no longer have. They pulled the Lord a bit too far, and now it has been fully reset. And I think that might be a mistake again due to a technical issue.
Use your battle spells aggressively, and in a way, it's always better to use your battle spells aggressively compared to defensively, but look at this.
What happened? The Lord.
Wait, what?
Who took the Lord? Wow, Chidera now in a 2v1. Going to be able to pop the turn from memory. Will not be able to find the kill. Kyrie just running Chidera down, who's still able to kite away for a bit, but Kyrie picks it up and it's a wipe out. All of a sudden for ONIC Esports, 3 seconds on the timers for a boy to respawn back up in Janna. And Matt, 3 members back up, ready here. 5.4k gold lead. Enhanced Lord still marching the top side as a boy is trying his best to clear out the mid lane, but will be chunked to a bit. Black Shoes popped in for a bit more sustainability as they try to rotate up top with the Enhanced Lord. Now marching down, that's an Iron Hook, only onto the cannon minion. Enhanced Lord still at full HP, a boy. Not enough time to put some more glooms down as Skiboy is able to flicker forward, finding the Divine Judgment, and that's Janna. Melted down, taken out, the base wide open. GEEK SLATE are trying their best to defend, but now it's gonna be Kyrie who's gonna be stunned up. The turn apart memory as well, so Bloody Hunt's gonna be able to find it just yet. Chidera and a boy with a shutdown in the defense. GEEK SLATE somehow, some way are able to defend, and we need to see what happened there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but wait a minute. That was a beautiful defense by GEEK SLATE, and it was so well timed that Chidera was able to come online, and Beloyski with a Bloody Hunt onto CW. Kyrie, that was beautiful. But now we're gonna take a look at the items here. Arashi, what's happened?
credit to a boy as well. He has the triple one combo right here, so he does a lot of damage and a lot of utility at the same time, and that is what allowed him to clear the bulk of those waves and still do damage at the same time. We said that a boy was going to be the main carry, and he delivers yet again. Right there with Chidera coming in, the two main carries for the side of GEEK SLATE were just a bit too much, and ONIC ESPORTS were forced to back away, but they have definitely secured an advantage here. 3 base turrets taken out. Look at the items. We're approaching the 6 item spot in the game, and once that happens, the gold advantage just becomes yet another number that just isn't that relevant anymore.
What's a boy building towards? He's building another magic item. Is he going for more damage? Is that wise, Arashi?
Should be winner Truncheon, I believe.
Okay. Because I was worried. I thought I was going for something like the...
It can be more damage,
Still
but
can be.
I
Divine
think at this
Glaive?
point, it should be winner Truncheon.
Holy Crystal?
Yeah, it could
that
be,
would be
exactly.
so greedy, though.
A bit too greedy. I think on the Lilia, you deal pretty big damage already.
Just depends. It depends on what the team wants to do, right? If they really want to try and play the protect a boy game plan, then going for more Holy Crystal would make a lot of sense. But if they want to try and maybe play around Kadera a bit more and let a boy still be a bit more independent, well, then we'll see. But it's
Divine
apparently
Glaive.
a Divine Glaive. So now, if you thought he was doing
No
damage
winner.
already, this is going to be more damage, but also a lot of vulnerability. Voloisky needs to make a play happen, man. It's on his shoulders right now.
Oh my god, look at Boots, though.
Oh,
God. The Boots here, conceal play up top. They know where the Brody is. Keyboy opens up the map, Boots jumps in with the knockout strike, and Chidera will try to flicker out. Keyboy has a flicker, brings him back. No! Gold later for GEEK SLATE. And look at the other ONIC Esports members as they are able to take the Lord very low. Matt going to be taken low. Bravest fighter on the backside, but Boots jumps in with the knockout strike. Matt still able to run away with a bloody hunt now onto Boots. A boy going to be able to actually back up with the help of Jana QT, knocking Boots up. But with that, that's another enhanced Lord to the hands of ONIC Esports. And with 3 pushing super minion waves and the Lord buff, will they be able to defend?
That's the question, right? That was a huge blunder by GEEK SLATE. Why was Chidera pushing like that?
I think he just wants to try and
Positioning.
push and pressure the wave, and he tried to hide, you know, but unfortunately Boots is already 1 step ahead behind him, and they just pinched him, and unfortunately, in this late stage of the game, every single member counts. And like you mentioned, Mirko, 3 waves, all empowered, that seems like too much to deal with, but GEEK SLATE has pulled off the impossible before. They might just do it again.
Let's see if they can. Iron Hook connecting onto Kyrie, but the anti-CC is ready. Now with a full defense, it's going to be Divine Judgment onto Matt. That's the frontliner as he's going to be taken down by Kyrie with a Decimate, but that's going to be the Gloom, dealing a whole lot of damage to the call. Alternate Torn memory as well. Everybody, man, all the members very, very low. CW forced to defend. Move back, and GEEK SLATE, my goodness gracious, once again have been able to defend. But there's another minion wave coming in, and the regen is coming in for Sans and CW. They're able to sustain back up to a quarter or full HP. GEEK SLATE pushing all the minion waves again. My God, what a defense by GEEK SLATE.
That was nearly a disaster for GEEK SLATE. The one thing that I wanted to mention was, if that was the first time that Chidera was out of position, forgivable. But the last time that ONIC Esports was able to have that amount of pressure and push that way with the Lord was also because Chidera was taken down with Keyboard.
Oh, it's only onto Jana QT. That's the frontliner, Torment, ton and the bloody hunt as well. That's the AoE. That's Matt stepping back in with the Bravest Fighter and a Torn Apart memory finding its mark. Boots on the back line, looking for some damage, but will be kited back onto. Immortality is going to be falling right here, right now, as Sans going to be taken low. That's Boots shut down in the mid lane.
Oh my
CW
God.
was able to escape, but with a double kill now picked up, CW will need to try to look for a split push in the bottom side. The mid waves are ready, but look at the recall. A good read for the side of Jana QT, but wait, CW hasn't moved an inch. He's finally spotted on the map, and you can see the recall start to channel in. GEEK SLATE unable to just come back. They tried ONIC Esports to stop the recalls from happening with Sans. He's gonna have to pop in with his punch in the mid lane, but will be taken down. Immortality popping in. GEEK SLATE looking for the end, but with no minion waves, they will be forced to back away. 19 minutes, and this is the most intense game so far in Season 11.
If you thought it was close, it's even closer. Keyboy goes for the fleeting time to try and get more cooldown for that engage because he knows he, like Beloy, needs to make the plays happen. I think that at this point, ONIC Esports must know that a boy is a target. If a boy doesn't get taken out, you saw what happened there. Even with the Cult Altar, even with the Lord and the 3 Empowered Minions, that Lilia damage is just way too much for them to deal with. So the same way, Beloyski needs to get CW. If Keyboy can land a Divine Judgment onto the Lilia, onto a boy, that is the golden ticket for ONIC Esports.
This is just becoming such a good game. And honestly, I wouldn't have guessed it would be between ONIC and GEEK SLATE. But right now, ONIC Esports, they are the ones now struggling to look for an opening. As GEEK SLATE, they're going to be the ones to open up the Lord first. They're going to try and bait ONIC Esports out of position here, realizing that GEEK SLATE, they're already pushing in that bottom side.
Good Lord dance so far. Bottom side, we can give that over to Matt, though. Very good wave manipulation as he is able to build a slow push. Thing is, though, once it crashes under the base turret of ONIC Esports, ONIC knows that it will continually push back. So they're not even sending a man down to push it. Meanwhile, GEEK SLATE, look at this. They're utilizing the Lord position that they have to kind of look for a split push, but they need to understand that they do not have enough damage to go for this right now, as that's a boy caught. The Immortality bot, a boy trying to run away, but it's going to be Sans who secures it. Down on the bottom side, you do see a split push attempt once again. It's a killing spree by CW as he's able to flicker out, but he's going to be stunned up as Matt jumps in with the Bravest Fighter, but that's going to win of nature. CW with the outplay right now as he's able to actually sustain back up with the help of Sans. Immortalities popping across the board. Matt able to find the shutdown right now, as that's the Bloody Hunter locks Sans down as well. Now, with Kyrie pinching them, Matt and Beloyski, how do they escape? Kyrie has the Decimate, can look for the execute, but Matt is too far gone. They might actually be looking for some more right now as the retribution comes down from Kyrie. Down below, the Brody is walking back to base with the Evolved Lord marching down. No a boy, no high ground left to play with, but they do have a mini wave spawning right here. Keyboy trying his best to look for an opening. Has the Divine Judgment, doesn't have the flicker. Matt with the Bravest Fighter, once again, trying to zone on Esports away. 3v4 with the Call Ultra placed in again. Keyboy going to be able to find the Divine Judgment, and that's Chadera slain. Beloy and Matt in the midst of it all, not going to be able to defend for long. A boy is up in 1, but it doesn't take that much for ONIC to take the base. 1-1 in this best of 3.
ONIC Esports have officially equalized, pushing this to a full best of 3 series. The attempt from Geek Fam to go for the split push was well played, but unfortunately, ONIC Esports, they know exactly that game, and they were able to read it out.
A gutsy maneuver by GEEK SLATE to bluff the Lord take and send both Beloy and Chadera to the bottom side of the map, the opposite side of the Lord. But unfortunately for them, ONIC just called